My name's Sam Walton. You're in Lumber Bridge, North Carolina, and here talking about Farmers for Soil Health program and cover crops on our farm. My mom and dad started the farm. My mom's actually from Lumberton nearby, but my dad grew up in the Piedmont near Greensboro. Grew up on a small tobacco farm somewhere in 78, 79. Him and mom bought this farm and moved out here and started farming on their own. So my dad actually started using cover crops and did part of the farm normal tillage, part strip till with a cover crop, and from that felt like he was seeing benefits, and we moved to doing as much cover cropping as we could. But it was always a struggle to get it in with cotton harvest and soybean harvest, and so it took a long time before we're still we don't get everything cover cropped even now, but we're constantly trying to increase the amount that we can. But as far as I know, he had leaned on some farmers down in Georgia. I was asking him earlier. He said he talked to him about how big how big did you want the cover to get, and he said as much as you can, as much size as you can get, that's what you want. Our crop mix is cotton, corn, soybeans, wheat, and rapeseed, and grow some rye that we keep for planting cover the next year. I guess cotton had for the longest time been like our primary crop, but now it's more split equally between cotton, corn, and soybeans, and then we have some rapeseed on a few acres. We've tried some biologicals. I haven't, with mixed results. Like one year we split a planter on the cotton with a treatment on one side and on the other. Felt like we saw a difference. Next year we did the same thing, but it turned out the company had changed the formulation, and we didn't see the same results. But I try some every year. I had some on some corn this year, but that at least initially, just looking in the combine, I didn't see a difference. Irrigation, we've leaned in pretty heavily to that. We probably irrigate maybe 1,500 of the acres, maybe a quarter of the acres that we farm. So probably the main challenge would be if you get the amount of biomass that you're shooting for, a large amount to get the most benefits, it does become a challenge to get through at planting time. And so initially, like, we were running KMC strip tills that had row cleaners on them, and they went through a lot of different trials trying to find one that would work the best, and did use that for a lot of years. And then about 5 years ago, we transitioned to the cover crop roller that KMC has, and that's that does pretty good. I mean, there'll still be times when it doesn't want to flow. The cover crop doesn't want to flow through like you hope it will, but sometimes it's just the difference between morning and afternoon, or it can be real finicky. As soon as we start harvesting cotton and soybeans, we try to get cereal rye going in behind it, and we just spread it with a spreader, and then we got a rotary harrow that we run and just sort of fluffs the soil a little bit. It doesn't go very deep. So as soon as the crop's harvested and we can get the labor to do it, we'll start spreading. As far as terminating it, just, if we put it on land that's going into corn, of course it gets terminated earlier, but then we have been trying to go into middle of April. I may pull that back a week or two just to try to the 1st of April, to try to make it a little easier for the strip tills to make it through the cover crop. But like I said, we've been doing it for a long time, but we're still sort of trying to figure out the best way to manage it. Talk with other farmers that have done it to start with. That would probably be one of the best sources, because they're going to have ran into the trials that you're going to encounter. Start with some acres and work into it. So having a TA is helpful just knowing the specifics of using cover crops, planting dates and termination, timing, and then also in the process of signing up through the program, the steps that need to be taken. I want to preserve the resources that we have for my children if they choose to farm, or for whoever comes behind us. So everything that we're doing is with the end goal of wanting to have that resource to use down the road. So we're wanting to conserve in any way that we can.